anticipate that between now and 5 years or 10 years, you are going to build a good house for yourself, and you have good work, you are working, and you are saving towards it. Now you have good work, you are working, you are saving towards what you anticipate for. That does not mean that you will reach there. Why? Eliana has proved to us that yes, what you anticipate for may be for you, but then you need capability, you need enablement to be able to defeat the forces between you and what you anticipate for. That is the thing that legally belongs to you. Especially if we have to analyze your predestination, and then it does not make sense for us to say, oh, we analyze your predestination and we found out that you don't need to build bungalow, you don't need to build duplex. Then where are you going to believe in a hole? So if every human being anticipates that they need a house, and then you try to picture the kind of house you want, and then you want to walk towards it, it's not wrong, because it does not make sense for us to say, okay, in your predestination you are not going to live in a house. It doesn't make sense, because virtually 100% of every predestination that will be analyzed, we always find out there is a place of abode. So let it be that the bungalow you anticipate for, you are higher than it. You can sell it off and build another one. You can build an estate, build a castle, wherever. But then in your predestination, there must be a place of abode. There is a place of refuge in your predestination. But what we are saying is this: because of some things that had been part of your life before you came into consciousness, that makes us to begin to look at the issue of anticipation in relationship with the forces. That is Eliana now, that spirit called Eliana. I am not sure. If I'm sure, I will tell you. I am not sure if there are many human beings on earth that knows about Eliana, except people that are highly advanced in Satanism, which who are also under very terrible oaths not to say all of these things, because these are the things that must not be mentioned among human beings. Why? Human beings must not be aware of what is destroying them. There is a law in the satanic world. Human beings must not be aware of what is destroying them. So it is going to be oath between Satan and Satanists that once you know what is destroying human being, you keep it to yourself. And if you are going to use what is destroying human being, you use it for yourself to put them in check, but not to reveal it to them. That is to say, human being must constantly be in the dark of what is destroying him. I repeat, that human being must be constantly in the dark of what is destroying him. That is why I said, there are so many things about your life you did not know. If we have to consider the book of Jeremiah, I said, before you came to your mother's womb, Jeremiah said before he came to his mother's womb that he was known. Yes? And that is true. But then, as at that time, Jeremiah, did he know himself? No. But he know that he was known. If the Creator will not know him, I wonder who will know him. He didn't say, before I came to my mother's womb, I know myself. He said, thou knowest me before I came to my mother's womb. Yes, that was what Jeremiah said. And then when we now bring it to the physical, we will try to analyze. Don't forget, we made some comparison between the spiritual, the unseen, scientific, and then the physical. The spiritual, the scientific, and the unseen. And we now said, I did explain that there are a lot of things that are involved before a woman become pregnant. And then the pregnancy now result to be you that we are saying now. A lot of things took place in the womb of your mother before the pregnancy now result to you. And then you that now later became a human being, as your mother became pregnant of you, you don't even know what has happened. A lot of war took place in the womb of your mother. So many things that would have become a human being like you, they all died. Millions of them died. And it was only you that survived. In case it was only your mother gave birth to. If you are twins, then it was only two of you that survived. In among the billions of things that will have become a human being. And I did mention that time in the previous gospel. I say, for now, we have heard women that give birth to 4, we have heard of 5, we have heard of 6, we have heard of 8. We are still not, we have not heard about 12 right now in scientific world. Maybe one day we'll hear a woman that give birth to 12 children. What does that mean? What will become a human being? There are millions of them. And I did mention everything that becomes you that we are saying now scientifically, if it is allowed, if they are allowed to become a human being, the womb of your mother will tear. Because the womb of your mother will not be able to accommodate millions of children. But just for a pregnancy, the Creator make it possible that millions of what become one child is released. And then all of these started dying, and they only you survive. In the midst of this war and this disaster of your own experience in the womb, you have no idea. All through the time your mother carried you in the womb, maybe for 9 months, you have no idea. Which is also partly scientific and partly physical. No human being always remember who they are when they were in the womb of their mother. But yeah, they are human beings. They are breathing. They are moving. They are kicking. They are eating. They are eating like any other human being. When you are in your mother's womb, you are eating. In fact, some of you like food when you are in your mother's womb. So that is why that when your mother is pregnant, she eats a lot. Because what she was eating before she became pregnant, she will be okay. Right now, by the time she take what she was eating before, somebody else will grab it. Somebody else who have not seen food before, and now came into an environment where they can eat. Yes, they breed. Children in the womb, they open eye, they close eye, they move finger, they move leg, they move around as if they change position. And when you are sleeping, you change position. Yes, they change position. Sometimes they somersault. They keep somersaulting until delivery. That means you are a human being at that time. But then you do not know yourself. But then everything that happened before you came into your mother womb and when you came into your mother womb, despite you are not aware of it, a lot of things happen. And all of those things that crash into you before you came to your mother womb and when you were in your mother womb are part of the thing that make up your life now. You cannot disconnect yourself from it. For example, there are some of you that there's a particular kind of food your mother eats when you are in the womb. And that particular kind of food that your mother eats, so by the time you are born, you find out that you are attracted to that food. You don't know why. Maybe until your mother now say, okay, I like eating this food. When I was pregnant of you, I like eating this food. That is when you will now know. So, okay, is that what is making me to like this food? Now, somebody has been able to explain to you now that part of your life that you are not aware of. But anyhow, they are all part of your life. Then there are also some other things that are part of your life which you do not know. And they are affecting your life right now. So that's why I said, when we try to analyze the definition of hope, the scripture says that hope make not ashamed. Now we now try to explain the definitions of hope, and I give you this brief definitions of hope. And I did mention hope is to cherish a desire with anticipation. I say either to desire or to anticipate. They are all risky. I mentioned briefly today, what you desire may not belong to you. That was what made me to mention last week. I said, and I was direct. I said, many of you that are married for some time now, if you have your way, will you still marry who you are marrying now? That was the question I asked last week. I said, based on what you know now, but you are already an adult, old age has catch up with you. Old age has catch up with you. In your inside and the heart of hearts, that your husband or your wife have no way of knowing. If you have your way, will you marry the person you marry now as husband or as wife? It is not for you to answer that question. Maybe still in your heart of heart. But right now, there is nothing you can do. If there are things you know about your life in the realm of the spiritual, and it is possible for you to avoid some certain things, you would have avoided some disaster that is happening in your life now. But you are not able to avoid this problem because you are not aware of it. Okay, let me now come back the second stage. I say, even the things you are qualified to have. Oh, you see a particular dress, you like this dress, but for now you don't have the money. You are working, you are okay, you can make up the money you can use to buy it. Okay, it can be a car, it can be a house, and then you are working towards to achieve it. So what we are now saying is that a spirit called aliena that the devil does not want you to know is standing between you and what you anticipate to have, and he will make sure that you won't have it. Is that he will make sure that you divert that money to something that does not make sense. And when somebody now asks you, I thought you said that you want to give yourself a good house. What happened to the money you have been contributing? You will say, I don't even know how I spend the money. Something has happened to you there. Aliena has fought you and it has conquered you. And then you have to see yourself starting all over again. As a human being, do you even have enough time to start all over? Because each time you are starting all over, you are older than the first beginning. That's what you should understand. Each time you are starting all over, you are older than when you started trying. So that there is no room, except that is the only option for starting all over. If you are able to know some certain things, the time you have wasted in your life, I can tell you now, the time that have been wasted in your entire life, both spiritually, scientifically, and physically, is more than the time that you have actually invested in your life. I ask people, do you know how old you are before you came to your mother's womb? You don't know. You don't know how old you are before you came to your mother's womb. You are not a small child, though. Because before you came to her, it is nature that limits you. You have lived for centuries before you came to your mother's womb. Why? Because you are a spirit. A spirit is ageless. You have a soul, and you live in the body. That is the trinity of your person. You are a spirit, yes, and spirit is ageless. Soul have age, and your body have age, but the spirit is ageless. You cannot be a devotee to your creator if you are not a spirit. You cannot serve your creator if you are not a spirit. That is why animals are not required to serve the creator, because they are not spirit. They are just soul and body. So when they die, their soul evaporates into the universe. But when you die, your spirit must return to your creator. And then if you do not live your life well, according to the standard of redemption on earth, your soul go to hell. That is what makes you peculiar in creation. Remove my hope from shame. I'm sure you are able to understand that. I am going to talk to you briefly today on the topic that said liberation from shattered hope. Liberation from shattered hope. I'm going to read the book of Romans chapter 8, and I will start from verse 22, and I may likely stop verse 25. I am reading from Holy Name Scripture. Romans chapter 8, verse 22, and I may likely stop verse 25. Okay, I read from Holy Name Scripture. For we know that the whole creation grown and travail in pain until now. It is very important for you to listen to all these words. That, and not only they, but ourselves also, which have the first fruit of it, even ourselves grown within ourselves, waiting for the adoption, to wit the redemption of our body. Okay, now listen to this next one, verse 24. It says, for we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is not hope. For what a man seeth, why does he yet hope for? What a man seeth, why does he yet hope for it? And I am going to shock you now. I'm going to shock you now. Maybe that will give you food for thought to now know how to begin to reshape your life and be properly focused. Because before, maybe you have been childish, and or you have been taken over by gross ignorance. Okay. My quarrel here is verse 24. For we are saved by hope. But the hope that is seen is not hope. For what a man sees, why does he yet hope for? This is a problem if you don't know. And if you are intelligent, you should have known this is a problem already. Why is it a problem? The definition of hope. Why? The totality of hope. You don't know what it is. You are not aware of what it is. Both the desire and the anticipation. And this definition of hope can be applied spiritually and then physically. This is not good. If we have to go by the way some of you live your life now. Verse 24, Romans chapter 8, 24. Did you hear what he said here? The first line of that 24 is there, for we are saved by hope. What about if what you hope for does not exist? Number two, what about if what you hope for is not correct? You see why salvation is very delicate now. If you are saved by hope, and the definition of hope said to cherish a desire with anticipation. On a desire, it's just an imagination. For anticipation, you have not reached it. You are hearing things about it. You are trying to go close to it. You are not yet. You are not there yet. And then you are saved by hope. That is to say, in you deciding to follow your Creator, it is by hope that you need hope. What is the meaning of that? That you accept the Messiah into your life, hoping that you have been accepted. And maybe very soon when the book come out, you will read it. When I was explaining salvation, you are saved by hope. In that book, I said, to some of you who say you give your life, in so many churches they said you give your life to Jesus. And I said in that book, did Jesus receive your life? How did you know that Jesus received your life? When he received your life, did he give you receipt? So you now see why the scripture says you are saved by hope. So that even if you say, oh, to so many churches who do altar call, they say, Jesus, come into my life. By the time you invite Jesus to come into your life, did he come? When and how did he come? Or you are just trying to give yourself psychological comfort that when you invited him, he actually came. I'm sure you know that it is not everybody you invite to your house that eventually turn up. I'm sure. You know. Now, this Messiah we are talking about, I'm sure you also know that he's not so cheap that one Dick and Harry will just invite and he will just die. I'm sure you know that even the Messiah himself has a standard where he wants to enter. There must be a condition of entrance. Did you know the condition of his entrance? If you want to accept him to your life. Now, these are aspects of salvation that so many Christians do not know. Just accept Jesus into my life. Before you know it, they'll be doing whatever they like. Meanwhile, in the realm of the spiritual, when their the predestination is dissected, salvation is nowhere to be found in that life. And yet, they are carrying big Bible, going to church. Big Bible, going to church. Several years, their life remained the same. And the question now is, the person you invited to your life, did he come? How did you know he came? Your zeal is not enough to tell us that he came, because you are not the only zealous people. The Buddhists, they are very zealous. Occultic people are more zealous than you. Muslims are very zealous. I'm sure you know people are very zealous in what is wrong. That was why I said you can be sincerely wrong. Is that moment ago? I was sincere when I asked Jesus to come into my life. I was sincere. Okay, I am now telling you that you can be sincerely wrong. Go and find out what that means. That means you are sincere, but you are doing the wrong thing. Why? Because you don't know that what you are doing is wrong. Because no matter your sincerity, if you are doing the wrong thing, the result will still be bad. That's, you can be sincerely wrong. You are saved by hope. For me, this is too strong. And it is food for thought for those that cherish redemption and salvation. It is delicate. The book of Peter said the judgment will begin from the house of Elohim. And do you know what Peter said? Peter said, if it first begin at us, where shall the sinner and the unbelievers, where would they appear? That is also what makes salvation delicate. Because for me, I felt that's an embarrassment for the judgment to begin from the place where people are supposedly supposed to be doing the right thing. Why you should take salvation seriously is that you are saved by hope. At the end of the day, you may be disappointed that after all, what you are doing all this while was wrong. That is why there will be surprises at the resurrection and life. People will just suddenly find out that what they have been doing all this while does not exist. That is what makes salvation to be very risky. Risky because it's not that you should be afraid of it. Risky because you should take it seriously. Somebody say seriously. And try to find out. I mean, as in really find out. The time you say that the Messiah should come into your life to have a dwelling place in you, did he enter? Did he come? And if he come, how did you know that he came? Because I can prove to you that the person of the Messiah is not a small person that will just enter in your life and your life will be empty. Otherwise, if you tell me that he came into your life and your life remained empty, then you are telling lies. You are simply telling lies. Because most of us who have belonged to secret occult before, we know the power we acquire whenever we have interaction with any spirit. So we are able to know the name of the spirit. We are able to know as at the time we invoke, and then the processes that leads to the time we now have the encounter with that spirit. Everything is known. Nothing is in the realm of the oblivion. That is why there is a topic in that salvation series. It says, authenticating your salvation. It is because of what you do not know that makes you to suffer. If you know so many things, you will never suffer. I have asked you this question several times. If you know what you know now, will you marry the person you marry as a wife now or as husband? If you have your way, it's not insult. It's not abuse. If you have your way, the person you are told was your father, will you agree that that person should be your father? If people have choice of father, if people have choice of mother, will you agree to choose that woman as your mother if you have a choice? Okay, if you have a choice of children, will you agree that you should be a father of that child that is now becoming a problem to you? You see, there are so many things you don't know about life. And there are a lot of things fighting you without your knowledge. And they are defeating you. The after effect of this defeat is what we can see in your life. You are simply miserable. And then trying and trying and trying and trying and trying. You keep trying and keep trying. Just as your great grandfather tried, he did not achieve much, he died. Now, why are we here? To hear what we have not heard before, so that you will be able to make difference in your generation. To create an impact, to be able to make an impact in your generation. And if you are here, a place where you should be able to make an impact in your generation, and you are not able to make anything, well, you continue like others. We are saved by hope. It is very important for you to know that everything about humankind is shrouded. It's shrouded, if you know what that is. It's shrouded, it's covered by uncertainty. Even when scientists try to explain the four major stages of evolution, everything they're going to say, or they have been saying about the first stages of the first four stages of human evolution, is still shrouded in uncertainty. Maybe it's like this, maybe like this, maybe like this. Most certainly it is like this. Oh, and all of these things started 6 million years ago. All of these human evolution theory, just 6 million years ago. Then what happened after 6 million? But by the evidence that is on ground, science said the earth came to be 2 billion years ago. So you can see so many billion of years and millions of years that is lost before human now started talking about human evolution 6 million years ago. That I am still trying to prove to you that there are so many things about your life you do not know. Even scientists that base all their things on facts. Everything they have revealed with this fact so far is still shrouded in uncertainty. And you see, I've not talked about this before. All of this thing that is shrouded in scientific facts of human evolution is very simple for me to demystify. That is why I have not been talking about it, because that is not a big issue for me, based on my experience and then inspiration and then exposure. I'm sure you know 6 million years ago, if we have to talk about scientific theory, beginning from Dryopithecus and the last one, Homo sapien. Because all about apes and the human evolution start from what is called Dryopithecus and then ends in Homo sapien. I'm not teaching you human evolution, but I am just talk about some scientific facts that when you look at it, they are also shrouded in maybe not, maybe not, because science also agree with dark ages. They agree with something like, or they agree with stone ages. They agree with dark ages. They agree with stone ages. They even agree with ice ages. That is to say, there was a time the earth was so cold. Now, what is human evolution really? It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. The human evolution or evolutions of the creation is not a big deal. But because everything is shrouded in what human beings do not know, in other words, crash into life. This is what makes human beings to have a shattered hope. What does that mean? What you desire, 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 and keep desiring. By the time you are faced with reality, you'll be so disappointed. That is a shattered hope. what you cherish and desire, what you cherish and desire, but it has not become yours. You cherish and desire, you cherish and desire it. And by the time you are standing face to face with this thing you cherish and desire, you have a shattered hope. Because you not say, oh no, this is not what I bargained for. You see? That if you are not guided in hope, hope is also risky. That you need to be guided in hope. Because in the previous gospel, I said, oh, you wish that you have something. But what you are wishing, do you know whether it belongs to you? Because if you desire what belongs to somebody else, you will still appear in shame. That was why I say it's not everything you desire that is your own. Because you can desire what belongs to somebody else. And if you desire what belongs to somebody else, of course you are going to appear in aborted hope. So that you will not desire what belongs to somebody else, that is why you need to be guided. So that even if you are going to make a mistake in your life, the mistake will be very minimal. The mistake will be minimal. Don't forget, remember, what we are talking about is liberation from shattered hope. To say, when you eventually approach what you desire, and you now begin to say, oh no, this is not what I bargained for. And if I may ask you, what do you really bargain for? I know what you bargain for. Bed of roses. That means you are an idiot. That's it now. Is that not what you bargain for? You bargain for bed of roses. Because you don't know anything about life. Why? What makes you to be a human being is not bed of roses. I have just told you, millions of what will have become somebody like you in the womb of your mother. So many died, only you survived. Is that bed of roses? When a child is growing in the womb, do you know why children kick? Because as they grow in the womb, that environment is no longer comfortable for them. They want to be free. And the woman will not be comfortable. Is that bed of roses? So, why is it that everything you desire is bed of roses? Because you don't know anything about life. You don't want to fight war, but you want to have victory. You see how stupid you are? You want to be victorious, but you don't want to fight war. You want to be a success, but you don't want challenges. That is how demented you are. Your brain is not working well. You want to have plenty credit, but you don't want to take examination. You want to be called educated, but you don't want to go to school. I'm just giving you example why you are stupid. Now, if you read the book of Genesis, in comparison with suspicion that is shrouded in human existence. Something happened when the Creator placed a curse on Adam. Maybe we can pick all of these theory of evolution from there, and that is what you don't know. Now listen carefully. Who was Adam before he was cursed? Or do you think when a man is cursed, his life and maybe shape will still remain the same? Even people's generations are never remain the same anymore when they are under a curse. Before Adam was cursed, if we don't want to begin to open Bible so that wasting time, you already know the book of Genesis very well. Chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. Especially chapter 3. Because, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, it is for they will now become the scripture now started talking about the generation. These are the generations of Adam. But if we have to consider chapter 1 and then part of chapter 2, we talk about the perfect thing that was created. He said he made man in his own image. Yes. And when he made man in his own image, and man was living his life as the image of the Creator. So let's start from there. This is where exposure comes. The scientists say that there are Theopocus and then Homo sapiens. May likely be walking like ape. That's how human beings started from. But is that human being? If an enemy at any stage in existence, human walk like ape, what happened? Very simple. Very, very simple. And let me ask you again. Do you think man will be what he used to be in Genesis chapter 1? And when he was cursed in Genesis chapter 3. Now let me show you a very typical example. In that, let me show you that chapter 3. I'll show you something now. Because many of you have been playing Kalo Kalo. I don't know whether you know what that means. You have been doing bet Niger with your life. You know why it is bet Niger? Because every time you put money, you win. They swallow most of your money before somebody will win somewhere, and they begin to jump up. You know how many people have wasted money before somebody won somewhere? Think about that. You have been doing bet Niger with your life. Inside salvation. Let me show you something. Okay. Genesis chapter 3. Genesis chapter 3. Hello. And that Now, if you have to read from verse 14, and Yahweh Elohim said, I'm reading for holy name scripture, and Yahweh Elohim said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this. Listen very carefully. And Yahweh Elohim said to the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou hast cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shall thou go, and the dust shall thou eat all the days of thy life. Verse 14. That is on there. Evolution of serpent. That means what you know as serpent now, maybe snake, was actually walking like something big, like a cow before. And really, if you kill snake, snake leg is hidden inside. Why not outside? The snake leg is not just hidden inside, it's so small. That is the effect of curse. That means something serpent used to be huge. If you know what a python is, or alicondo, and some of those massive snakes. It's not all this one tiny one that is struggling with you in your backyard. Big snake that can swallow a whole adult. It will swallow you together with your cloth and your shoe. Why? And dust shall thou eat. So it doesn't select. It will swallow you, swallow your shoe, swallow your necklace, swallow your coat. It is inside that the acid in the stomach will now begin to separate the food and be pushing the cloth to one side. And later it will also shoot out the bones and the clothes. After what it has swallowed is melted. And it's the chemical in a snake is so high that when it swallow animals, within short period everything in swallow begin to decay, begin to melt. That serpent was as big as a cow. You know what a cow is? And very, very appealing. There is no such animals on earth for now, because it was such animal was close. There was a stop to such animal in this Genesis chapter 14. That means there is no lineage of what serpent was before it was cursed. Again, just like some animal now have gone into extinction. So how serpent was never existed on earth, because it stopped during the time of curse. So what we now know as serpent, as snake, alicondo, cobra, python, is the serpent that was cursed, not the real serpent. Where is the Adam that was not cursed? How does it look like? If serpent that was cursed still the way the Bible describes it here, I want to look at it. I am reading Holy Name Scripture. I'm sure it's in, because this is King James Holy Name Scripture. I'm sure it's in your own like that. He said, and Yahweh Elohim said unto serpent, because thou hast done this, thou hast cursed above all cattle. Cattle. Don't you know how cattle look like? Go and see cattle in your dictionary. That means serpent was like a cattle before. Can someone say cattle? Now, can you begin to, use your brain and begin to say, how can this snake was like a cattle before? That is the effect of curse for you. Curse can deface. Curse can deform. And curse is generational until they are reversed. He said, we are reading. Curse are down about all and above every beast of the field. Now look at where I am going. Upon thy belly shall thou go. That means you will no longer walk, you will be crawling. And I can tell you now, I am not snake, but when you study animal, you will find out that animal is not comfortable while crawling. There are some area animals, there are some area snake does not like. Snake cannot move on top of a tire. Anywhere that is too smooth, snake cannot. If you want to catch a snake, pursue it to where there is a tire. Or even the road, quota, artifacts. That is why sometimes when you travel, when snake try to cross from bush across the road that is artifact to another bush, he struggle, and sometimes motor will just come and run, because once snake get to a place that is not meant for him to crawl, upon thy belly. So that means even upon thy belly that thou shalt crawl, you also have what? Limitation. That was part of the curse. If that is not evolution, what is that? But this evolution explanation is not the scientific one. This one is a very straightforward one. Okay. Tell somebody, hello somebody. Are you here or you have disappeared? And some of you are intelligent. I know you are understanding some things right now. Now, look at verse 17. And unto Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and had eaten the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not. He told him the way. The first time he told him, he repeated it, saying, thou shalt not eat of it. Curse. The same curse, the same way he cursed serpent. This another curse now. Curse is the ground for thy sake. In sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life. Tongue and tissue shall he bring, and thou shalt eat the herbs of the field. Now listen to carefully. Curse is the ground for thy sake. Let me show you the mystery there. The mystery there is simply that you see the ground that was cursed. Very simple. Because he was taken from the ground. So, as long as the ground has been cursed, him that came from the ground, is he not going to be part of that curse? Now, it it does mean that this Adam, as at the time he was standing before the Creator, before this curse came out, what I want to say now, I know you don't know, but let me say anyhow. Many of you have not seen angel before. Many of you have not seen angel before. So that is why I have some, I said, what science discovered may be a fact, but it's not the truth. Why? Because there are some certain things they don't know too. There are some certain things they don't know too. If you read that chapter 3 from that 17 to the end, you will find out that the scripture also repeated that. And therefore, he drove Adam to the ground where he was taken. Don't forget, the ground when he was taken has been cursed already. And let me tell everybody, anything that is cursed suffer spiritual and physical deformity. So if science now say by their own fact man evolved from ape, you are not seeing something there? That was what they met on earth. They are only analyzing what they met. And how does it work? Simple. You know, as a sort of digging, they find a particular bone. And science will simply pass this bone, and then they'll be arranging them the way they think it should be, arrange them. They will now watch and then picture how this bone that was lying down now, how this bone was million years. They use imagination, cover the bone with flesh, because the way your skeleton look like, it is easier for us to know you when we see your skeleton. In forensic science, skeleton, something like bone, hair, woman teeth, they all speak, even when the person is no longer speaking. Because if science want to find out what killed this person they have just found his bone, he was no longer talking, but he is still talking. It's like he has flash drive inside him, that all we need to do is to play it. Then he will tell us about himself. So they will extract the teeth, and then go subject this teeth to analysis. They will know how many years this person lived before he dies, and then what killed him. Everything that kill a man is in their teeth. Everything that kills a man can be found in their hair, because hair does not decay. Hair cannot decay, teeth does not decay. When a man die of agony, it's in their teeth. When a man die of sickness, I'm like protracted sickness, it's in their teeth, and also can be found in their hair. So everything you suffer is deposited in the teeth, deposited in the air, and then nail. So if they cannot see the teeth, they will see the nail to extract, or air. And if the air is a weave-on, it will not stand scientific analysis. It will be no, this is not the air of this person. When you put it in the scanner, it will just disappear. Say no, this is not for this person. That's to say, human being is so precious that they leave information everywhere. And the teeth, the hair, the nail, the science extract will tell us if the environment this person lives is a very cold environment, the nail will tell us. If it is a very hot environment, the nail, if it's a Sahara environment, the nail will say it. That is how intelligent a human being can be. Okay. What I am trying to tell you, why you need to be liberated in your hope that is shattered already. Because if your hope is not shattered, your life should be better than what it is now. I ask you so many questions. Maybe I should be adding more and more and more. If you have your way, the course you read in the university, is it what you read now? By what you are now saying. The people that went to school and now they are old without using their certificate to achieve anything. If they have their way, would they go to school? That is another thing altogether. Because you go to school and then you did the certificate, you didn't use it to achieve anything. So if you are allowed to choose in the realm of the spiritual, and you can see going to school will not make sense, so you would not divert to do what you can see in the realm of the spiritual that will make your life to have meaning. Then you don't go and waste your time. It's not as if you are not trying to do what everybody is doing. Doing what everybody is doing is not part of predestination, but doing what you are created to do is your predestination. You do it because everybody doing it does not make you a success. You only make you to enter into unnecessary competition and power tussle, which is what is on earth now. You go to civil servant, you see they are quarreling with each other. This one is quarreling with his promotion. This one is suppressing somebody's promotion. This one is hiding somebody's fire. Because they all of them clustered there. They are clashing on there. You see, clashes of predestination. Because they don't know what is in their predestination, so they are clashing with each other. Meanwhile, predestination does not clash. You have your potential, I have my potential, you need my potential, I need your potential. At the end of the day, all of us are important. There will be no quarrel. If all of us are important, what I have, you need it. What you have, I need it. Are we going to quarrel? Because you will patronize me. Because you know that if you don't patronize me, your life will be miserable. Your life will not be complete. So you will calm down. So that I will give you what I have. And then I will calm down. You will give me what you have. But if what I have, you have. What you have, I have. And we'll be quarreling to occupy space now. We'll become animals that fight for territories. Now let me shock you. I asked you one question just now, and the problem I am going to have there, I don't trust your imagination. I don't trust it, because some of you, some things you say in the name of spirit, I don't trust it, because they cannot be authenticated. Everything I hear, mostly I have Christians and pastors, it's just unrealistic imagination that cannot stand anything. That was what I asked you before. I'm not sure you have seen angel before. If you are delivered from a secret court like some of us, then I will have maybe asked you if you have seen evil spirit before. Then if you try to compare how evil spirit look like and how angel look like, then he will give you the close understanding of how Adam looked like. Don't forget that evil spirit too, they are angels that are under curses. Don't forget that they are also deformed. That means their nature is not authentic according to the reality of creation. They are also under what? Curse. But angels for now are not under curse, so they are in their true nature. So if you have seen angels before, like the fathers of those days, father of old, all those biblical fathers, so Abraham, them, all of those, or Noah, them, all of these fathers, they are used to angels and angel ministrations. Angels are actually very beautiful, very, very beautiful. But then the difference between angels, if we have to consider them from the head, the difference between angels and man is that their own eyeball is very big. And then here is very long. So if we are now consider the image that the creator is talking about, is like a modernized image from that of angel. Something fearfully and wonderfully made. Something that is a little bit close to what we are now seeing now. And I can prove to that. I can prove it to you. If we call your grandfather now, and your grandfather stand like this, and your father stand like this, and you stand like this, all the children of your grandfather line up beside him, all the children of your father line up beside him, your own children line up beside you. Then if we look the face of the person who is your grandfather, and we continue looking to your father, and we look to your own, you will see the revolution of beauty. You will find out that your father, your grandfather look more awkward and more look akboroka. And when you now come to your father, you will see a little bit refined person. Why? Because your father married somebody that have her own beauty. So when the beauty of your father is combined with the beauty of your mother, it gives back to another refined generation. So you find out that as the longer reproduction system of human being stays on earth, the better human face become, and the fairer their skin become. That is why your father will give birth to one child, that one is black. He give birth to another child, that one is fair. And then by the time that it is the same father that the same mother that give birth to you, when we line all of you up, we will find out distinction of beauty in your faces. We will find out the distinction of beauty in your faces. This is the natural thing in creation, that in the process of time the creation is refined and become more beautiful. And then when we now cross that to salvation make you more beautiful than a natural man. I didn't say handsome now, because in the realm of the spirit there's nothing like handsome. Everything is beautiful. In the nomenclature of British slavery is what is bringing handsome. In the realm of the spiritual, everything, whether you are a man or you are a woman, everything is beautiful. What I have for you today is this. The disappointment you have had in your life, let there be a miracle. A miracle that will introduce comfort to your life. Because every disappointment is a shattered hope. Something you desire a thing, you are passionate about it, you in fact you close your ear to so many things because of the thing you desire, and by the time you are now standing face to face with that person, with that thing, and I say, no, this is not what I bargained for. Something like a shattered hope. But you know what? By then, time has been wasted. Time has been wasted. You have no choice than to begin to condition your mind. And that is what I am not comfortable with. To begin to condition your mind to accept what you did not bargain for is what I am not comfortable with. What I know that your Father in heaven can do, he can do a miracle. Listen very, very carefully. He can do a miracle that will make your life to make meaning even inside that disaster. That means he begins to make things to work together for your good. By so doing, you are coming closer to being liberated from shattered hope. And that is what I want your Father in heaven to do for you, so that this single life you have will not be full of regrets in your death. Because I'm not sure of duplicates of this your life now. I'm not sure. Whatever happened, we can only repair who we are seeing now. We can't duplicate and begin to reprogram good thing in one thing and then it becomes you. No. We can only expose what we are seeing now to some spiritual amendment, spiritual liberation. Since he is Alpha, he is Omega, he knows the end from the beginning, he can do all things. Let him now begin to make this thing, this shattered hope of yours, let him begin to make it to work for your own good. That is the only way. And that is what your Father is going to do in your life in case you are suffering a shattered hope right now. You remember the time that you are given an appointment, you are happy, oh, I just got work. By the time you enter office, you see enemy in front, enemy in the other desk, enemy in the other desk. When you look at back, enemy. Before you enter office, they have already put charm under your face. This is not what I bargained for. I was happy when I got the appointment, but right now I am inside the work. I am no longer happy because you can see something. You now wish to resign and get out from there. And now I'm not asking you to resign. Go where? I'm not asking you resign to go where. That was what made me to tell you. If there is no Canaan, stay in Egypt. Hello. If there's no Canaan, stay in Egypt. I don't think any one of you, before you get to this stage, somehow you are exposed to being citizen of America, and you will not like it. But well, it's not coming. So if it is not coming, you make good on what you have. You believe the heaven to liberate you. And let everything work for your good. Within what you have. So that you'll be able to have the voice of testimony. At the end of the day, it is going to be equal with somebody that whatever that is in whatever better country. I don't know what that means. Because there are people in that country that have wasted also. There are so many people in America that are begging to eat. So many of them. And there are so many Nigerians that can never come back again. I know so many Nigerians that can never, they cannot even enter any American airport. They will be arrested. I know so many Nigerians that can never drive in America. And if by any means they drive, let them just hope that police will not pull them over. If police pull them over from that road, from that road there, they are deporting them. And one thing about some of this country, they will know that you are a criminal. They won't talk to you. They will leave you. They are monitoring you. Because of human rights, whatever. They are not going to talk to you. They will leave you. They are waiting, they lay ambush, they are waiting for you somewhere. You see Nigeria have stayed 45 years, America, but there's nothing you can write them about their life. So what about if they were, that means they are the right person in a wrong environment. So that's to say, if we analyze their life, where they are is not where they are supposed to be. And that's the America somebody want to go. Some people go there, they make it. Some people go there, they didn't make it. See, if you have not been afraid before of your life, you should start today and begin to be afraid, because you have just been told you are saved by hope, and you have been given the definition of hope. You are just hoping that the Messiah that came into your life have really come. Because you don't know whether he came or not. And I'm asking you, will he really come and your life will still be what it is? Most of us that know where we were before, when the Messiah came, I can see the big difference. And it is the big difference that makes me who I am right now. And I use this big difference to work signs and wonders. Why not you? This big difference makes me not to compromise. I don't look for anointing. I don't beg for anything. I told you when I wrote to all the branches about or Pentecostal Fellowship or Association of Nigeria. If they call for meeting, if I like, I go. If I don't like, I don't go. Why? I don't need anything from them. So, are we there? Maybe, whatever it was, unity of the Spirit. Maybe they will allow us to correct the cankeredness. Maybe. When what you do not bargain for is now happening in your life, then your hope needs liberation. Say, my hope needs liberation. Except you are saying you have not been disappointed before. And I've asked you several questions. If you have your way, the person you marry now, is it the person you will marry? If you have your way, what you read in the school, is that what you will read? Or you that finish school and certificate is useless in your hand, if you have your way, will you even go to school at all? And if you didn't go, they say you didn't go, and it is because you didn't go, that's why you didn't see work. Now you have gone, nothing. You don't know that life is not like that. Life is, how did your creator want you to live in your life? That is life. If your creator wants you to go to school until you become a professor, then you go become professor. Until, if your creator say just go and have your primary 6, then enter this business. Or just go and have your secondary school, then enter this one. At the end of the day, you will still employ somebody that has PhD. There are so many of them in Anambra State. People that cannot use the bottom of the bottle to write 0. Do you know what that is? Stark, so-called illiterate. But they are multi-billionaire. I know some of them that their wife is PhD. He no go school himself, but his own wife is a PhD. If you like, go accuse her that she's married and illiterate, and see if she will not bite you. We have so many of them. They stop at the primary 3. Do you know what primary 3 is? And now they are multi-billionaire. All the people they employ, master degree, first degree, PhD, in their own company. And they are paying them well. And by the time he goes to the office, he just sits there in his big office and says, hey, what did you say I should sign? What did you say I should sign? Okay, I don't sign. Any other thing? There's nothing you can do. That is it. So life is not all about what I choose for myself. If what you choose for yourself does not belong to you, what happens? What life is what your creator choose for you, without sentiment. And let us calm down and find out what your creator choose for you. I do not want you to experience another shattered hope, because one shattered hope will last for a long time. I do not want you to experience another shattered hope, and I do not want any of your children to experience a shattered hope. Let their life be order. Say, order my life. Because just one shattered hope, everybody is miserable. And when shattered hope is becoming too much, it's not good for you. And then you need to be liberated from a shattered hope. When Adam was driven out, do you know what that is? The scripture says, and he placed 2 cherubs, this one of the garden. That was to say, immediately Adam looked at more wonderful, more beautiful. I say in the name of the spiritual, there is nothing like answer. Just like as I told you that in the name of the spiritual, there is nothing like witches and wizards. It is witches. There is nothing like wizard. If you are saying all wizard in my life, you are just talking nonsense. Win. English language. But in the realm of the spiritual, which is winch? Whether man or woman. Adam was very beautiful than any angel, including archangel. Because Adam was a reformation of archangel. An evolving archangel. That's to say, he was more beautiful and perfect looking than even archangel. At least those are the number one angels. Now hear me, everybody. Let us make man in our own image. That's what scripture says. And then science is now saying to us that you evolve from ape. Okay? The ape came from where? Dark age. They don't know where it came from. So that's why I say it's facts, not truth. And everything about it, because they don't know. Hear me, everybody. There is no angel that walk this way. Did you see me? There is no angel that walk this way. So angels don't walk that way. Why will Adam walk like that? So as to make us to believe that man came from ape. If by any means man came from ape, he became ape after he was cursed. Just as in Daniel chapter 4. Nebuchadnezzar. Do you know what happened to Nebuchadnezzar? Nebuchadnezzar was made to experience what the first Adam experienced when he was cursed. Or you have not considered that book of Daniel chapter 4 verse 24 and 25. The scripture said he was made to go and live among the beasts, to eat the same food with the beasts. And the scripture says the air started coming out from the body of Nebuchadnezzar. And the air that was coming out from the body of Nebuchadnezzar was coming out, and the air became so much like the feather of a bird. So copy, paste to any category of the human evolution. That's according to scientific facts. Hear this. If by any means man has ever walked like this, maybe naked, and then it got to a time they became like this, and they practiced for some time, and then they became like this. After some generation, they became like this. Can you ask yourself, how does Adam look like before the curse? And how did he look like after the curse? Science do not know anything about man before the curse. Science only use their limited knowledge to gather facts of what they met later 6 million years ago. And the earth did not start 6 million years ago. did not start 6 million years ago. So if you are saying the earth started 6 million years ago, then you are telling me that Adam is 6 million years ago. It's not possible. All of the categories of the human the evolutions, that's 6 billion years ago. That was when the first bone of somebody was discovered. The thing that will make you not to be in the originality of your person, in the quality of your person, that is a cause. Because a cause deform and deface. A cause deform and deface. And when a man is in the deformity aspect of the cause, and whatever had defaced the man, you just see yourself all the time and always in shattered hope. You live your life, try by error, try by error, try by error. And you can see that typical example also. Why you need salvation? That Adam was not, his life never remained the same again after the curse. And it's just like serpent own is still there out and now. Man own is still there out and now. Every children that is born, they walk 4-footed before they begin to struggle to get up. At least 1 year. But my child was only 9 months when she got up. But before she got up, now you see that? You walk back like a 4-footed animal. 4-footed. They will climb staircase. 4-footed, she will climb down. One day, on her own, she just got up like that. And that was it. And after getting up, you were now running from one corner to the other. You don't want to go down again. Then running up and down. It's like getting up now is a liberation. I don't want to go down again. You will not go down again. And at each experience of liberation for a man, he becomes happy. He becomes excited. You don't want to go back to what he used to be. Because all of those former life is a cursed life. And when you have been delivered from a curse, you don't want to go back. Tell somebody, don't go back. Liberated from shut up. Stand up, stand up. All of these things that we are seeing in our life is as a result of what Adam did. You try this one, you fail. It's the same thing. And when your father helps you to succeed, make sure you don't fail again. Hello? That is what we have come to see. You tried, it didn't work. So all you now need to do, let your father begin to turn the situation around for you, for your good, because there's nothing you can do. You have age. You have age. You have age. There is a limit to your starting all over, starting all over, starting all over. There is a limit to it. You are not ageless. So you get to a time in your life that whatever happens, you just live by it. You are not comfortable in the inside. You see, that thing you are not comfortable with in the inside. That is why I need liberation for you. Let the Father in heaven, since as it is now, there is nothing more that can be done. What you are thinking, let everything work in your favor. Am I talking to somebody? Let everything work in your. That is the miracle you need now. That is the liberation you need now. That everything. Now you have made a mistake. You have made a mistake. There's nothing anybody can do about it. If you have your way, you will not make that mistake. I've just asked you several times. You are in. You are in. If you have your way, you won't go in there. There's nobody that will see Martin and put his head. Oh, you don't know that it will turn out this way. Well, it has turned out that way. The only thing you need now, since you are still in the hand of your Creator, Father, let things work together for good for my people. That's all. You wait, things that should be happening in your life right now is not happening. Well, you are in. You are in. There's nothing you can do. Father, let all things work together in my favor for my good. And when it works together for your good, you will still be happy. Am I talking to somebody? You will still be. What you want is not to be happy. At the end of the day, what you want is to be happy. And then your Father can so liberate your hope. And then, instead of you to say, when you are now standing face to face with what you have desire, what you anticipate, and you say, oh no, this is not what I bargained for. All of a sudden, what you do not bargain for, your Father begin to turn it around in your favor. And you begin to ask yourself, how? In fact, I have given up. I mean, when people ask you, say, I have given up. I never knew that something can turn like this and it will be in my favor. Yes, things can only turn in your favor when you have given up. Though you have given up, but I am telling you that thing is going to work in your favor. All you need to do, be a good child of your Father in heaven. All of the attitude of Satan, throw it away. The thing that will make you to still remain in the curse of Adam, throw it away and watch things work together for good in your life, because that is going to happen. Hello? I say everything work together for your good. I say everything will work together for your good. Amen. All of you Holy Ghost and listen to me all over the world, hear me clearly. I say everything will work together for your good. Amen. No matter how things are bad with you, it can be turned to a testimony. Amen. Don't worry yourself how it will happen. Don't worry yourself how it will happen, but something will happen that will give you joy. No matter what you are passing through, He can turn things around. As majestic as a serpent was, it was turned into one small tiny thing. That means if the Creator He can also reverse it. Hello? After all, He was the one that did it. He can reverse it. He didn't reverse the one of Satan, of serpent. he decided to reverse the one of Adam. Through what? Salvation. That was why Paul, when he considered the mystery of salvation, in Romans chapter 8, verse 24, that we read, he said, we are actually saved by hope. And because this hope that you are talking about is not seen, that makes it more risky. That makes you to work assiduously to make sure that you will not lose out. That makes you to work assiduously to make sure that you will not lose out. Because if you say you are saved by hope, it's like telling you are saved by risk. Because there is something that is called a shattered hope. Because it may not be exactly what you are thinking. Even when things did not appear the way you are thinking, let your Father do miracle. Let things work for your good. I can see things working for your good. At the end of the day, you have not lost anything. Receive it. Did you hear me say I can see things for your good? Did you hear me say I can see things working for your good? Yes, sir. Did I say that? Why did I say that? Receive it! So when you think something bad happened to you, do you know what you are going to tell yourself? Look at that thing. Say, hey, you, I am waiting for the good thing that will come out of you. It's true now. If you don't know what to quote, you say, Bishop say, I have made mistake, I have made a mistake. So I'm looking for how this thing will turn to what? Turn around for my good. So the most important thing is you realize that you have got it wrong, all wrong. That I am waiting for this thing to turn. Let your creator come out from another direction, from this same trouble. Because the scripture says, from that same temptation, your Father will make a way out. Because you are in. There's nothing you can do. It now is not what you are in a situation of, oh, I know. Well, something can also be done with your adino. Am I talking to you? Something can also be done with your what? Adino. Because your Father can liberate your hope. And it will make everything that had ever worked against you in your life to work for your good. All you need to do, wait for it. Don't lose hope. Be happy. Make yourself happy. Because that thing that had just happened to you want to demoralize you. Wants you to go to the cursed nature of Adam and then be walking footed. Encourage yourself in your maker and remind him, Father, I am waiting for this thing to turn around for my good. Hear me, everybody. He is your creator. He created the heaven and the earth together. He is your creator. He is also the creator of the end of the earth. He can turn anything for your good. And if anybody should be used to turn your life around for good, and the person refuses to be used, that person will be thrown out of your way. Amen. And somebody better will emerge. Amen. Can you say somebody better will emerge? And when your Father is relating with you, he will relate with you as if you never make mistake before. He will be relating with you in the mysteries of the new creation reality, as if you never make mistake before. I liberate your hope as I'm talking to you. Amen. I say I liberate your hope. Amen. I say I liberate your hope. Amen. I say I liberate your hope. Amen. In that situation you are passing through, I command you to be happy. Amen. I rain upon you the rain of happiness. Amen. So when let people say, happy these days, what is making you to be happy? Say, I don't know too. You know that when you are happy, you look more fine. Hello? When you are happy, you look more fine. When you frown your face, you look like chimpanzee of scientists. Hello? Okay, why did the creator make it like that? Why is it that when they want to snap you, they say smile, smile. They say cheese. Because they don't want to look like the ape of the scientist. Let your father rain on you. I'm not talking about shower, rain. You need to be soaked. You need to be what? Soaked. The rain of the joy of salvation need to soak you, so that you will not even remember that you have problem until your creator appear in Zion. Let people see you that you are happy. Let them tell you that it seems you don't have problem. You tell them, where is the problem now? There's no problem. I am in Zion. And the living cannot forget Zion. The creator cannot forget Zion. That is why I don't run for problem. When there is a problem, what I do is I look, I want to see how this whole thing will end. Am I talking to somebody? I will not be unhappy. I will be happy because I will say, based on what I know about the creator, it will interest me. Say, this problem. I want to see how he end it, because he will end it too. I say he will end it. I want to see how it will end, and at the end of the day, the whole thing will end, and I will still be intact. And that is how you will be intact. When the whole thing ends. When the whole trouble of your life ends, you will still be intact. When the whole trouble of my life ends, I shall be intact. Say it with your mouth. When the whole trouble of my life ends, I shall be intact. By then, look, may you not succeed until you have problem. I thought you would not say amen. Because if you did not have problem and you succeed, you will be an idiot. You can never appreciate success until you fail. Well, you know what? Success is more celebrated when failure was present before. I tried this business, it didn't work. I tried that business, it didn't work. I tried this one, it didn't work. But now your story has changed. So your story now is not oh, now I have money. Everybody already know you have money. They can see you have money. Then, okay, how did you get here? And you have nothing to say. You are an idiot. You must have something to say. The hurdles you pass through is what people want to hear. Before you get to where you are, ask for where you are. They already see it. They can see it. But they want to find out what happened. They want to know how many walls you scale, so that they can also scale their own. Am I talking to you? Success is not sweet until you have failed several times. So failure is not a thing that should demoralize a man. But for you that know the creator, you have failed, we simply will, okay, will make you to concentrate more on your creator. And you now be telling yourself, Father in heaven, I want to see how this will end. I want to see how you will end it. I want to see how, and by the time he ends it, you have testimonies. You will not go and waste your time and be blaming everybody and be getting angry and then begin to look like the ape of the scientist. Father in heaven, say with your mouth, liberate my hope. Father in heaven, 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 hey, say something. Say something. You say? Somebody is speaking. 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 You say? I want to hear. 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 I want. Stop. I don't need to include liberate the hope of my children, liberate the hope of my husband, liberate the, no. Everything is inside hope. Because if hope is not packaged, then it is not hope. Don't forget, I said hope is a package that benefits of life, they are packed inside. Benefits of your existence, nothing is left out. That is why he said hope make not ashamed. That's to say anything that has to do with him. So things that is going to benefit you as long as you are still alive, they are packed in the hope. When hope is shattered, it's disappointing. But when it is the hope that your creator packaged for you, everything is inside. And the only thing the Father can do for you is to liberate your hope. So that the disappointment you have suffered so far will come to an end. Amen. But help me do something. Help me do something. You ignore reality too much. Help me do this thing. Help me to remember all you have suffered. Help me to remember, if possible, write it down. Because time will come, you forget some certain things. See, there are things you pass through that you write down. If you put it in your brain, you forget. But if you write it down, the day you will go back to it, you say, what? Am I the one that suffered this? How you begin to ask yourself, how did I come out? By then, you have epistles that people can read. Because they can read your life in the former, and they can see your life in the now. And that is a good life. They can read your life in the former. They can see your life in the now. That is a good life. If everything is good with you, and you can't tell what happened before, you should be ignored. You should be ignored. But if you have something to say, the people will invite you for seminar. Come and tell us how you make it. Father in heaven, say with your mouth, liberate my hope. Father in heaven, 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 liberate my hope. Yeah. One, two, three, four, five. The last one. When you meet what you did not bargain for in life, one thing is important, and one thing that is important is that you identify with your creator. That's it. If you identify with something else, well, I don't know about that. When what you do not bargain for in your life begins to happen, don't forget, remember, there is one thing that is important, and the important thing is that you have identified with your creator. And once you identify with your creator, he will pass you through a refining process. Can you say refining? I'm sure you don't know what it means to refine a product. You have heard about refinery before, but you don't know what that means. It takes you through refining process. And refining process is a process where debris are removed, dirty are removed, you are polished, so you come out acceptable. That is all about salvation. It's to refine you. Your Father in heaven wants me to tell you to say something now that will begin to work very fast. What is your name? Father in heaven, rain on me miracles, signs and wonders. Father in heaven, rain on me miracles, signs and wonders. Father in heaven, rain on me miracles, signs and wonders. Say it. You say what? You say what? Are you saying something? Are you saying something? Are you saying something? Let those miracles begin to drop on you right now. Let those miracles begin to drop on you right now. Let those miracles, signs and wonders begin to drop on you right now, right here, immediately, without delay. Let those miracles, signs and wonders begin to rain on you. Rain is what I said. Rain on you is what I said. Rain. Give up. You know what that is now? You know what that is. You know what that is.
My problems held me bound. Held me down. Held me so I wouldn't let go. Held mercy kept me. Wow.